again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love. Once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And I tell you what, my mind just drifted away there. Praise God sincerely. Thank you to all of you who may join me today. Whether it's here in the live or here in the later and you're just checking in, thank you and blessings to you all. A tip again for those who tune in later, yeah, speed me up. Man, it's easier to stomach for me. Blessings to all of you. I truly am, man. It is showtime. And how on earth did I end up here doing this in this lifetime? Blessings to you, Rose, to all of you who are joining together, man. It's all coming together. Truly, everything, the future, the past, it's all coming together here in the present day. Today, let's celebrate, man. The topic today, it's actually just another simple observation for me, something that I found kind of, stood out in the background of the live stream today, of course, is love. Love is the answer. Just that subliminal messaging that I want to be not just subconscious, but consciously shared. Because true love, that's the topic today. Let's practice true love with each other here and continuing, right, through the day with others. True love. True love is truly compassionate honesty. I don't know if you can prove me wrong there because I think it's right. Compassionate honesty, that's where you find true love. And what I found for myself, what worked out to be true for me with my times of addiction and despair, honest compassion, compassionate honesty, it helped me transform me. And so that's what I suspect is for the greater world as well. Honest compassion can transform the world. Why? Because true love, man. True love brings the freedom from misery and despair. When you find true love for yourself and with yourself, when true love is with you in the present, man, ain't got no time for worries or problems. There's just too much goodness to be felt and shared. So true love, let's practice that today. Let's see how we do with this challenge for Jack, right? Today, I opened it up to a little more like the older days in small ways, openish panel, because I realized that's kind of what I was doing anyway, was still much of the old ways. I haven't quite refined my method of streaming or broadcasting. I haven't learned the editing stuff I said I was going to do. George Butter, how are you, Jack? I don't know. I don't know how I'm doing. I feel like I'm doing pretty good, to be honest. I feel like everything is coming together. Where was that? I feel like it's all coming together. See, and if it all comes together for me, what that means for me, well, there's personal and professional and all sorts of ambitions. But if things come together for me, this world will be totally different for everyone. Because the idea I have, I'm not alone in the idea. Matter of fact, I think, well, we've got our first guest here, and let's see where this goes. I think, is this Nolan?
Yes, Jack. It's Nolan.
Bless you, my friend. How are you? Thank you for joining. It's been a little bit.
Jack, it's such a pleasure to join your panel. I always sought to join your panel for a long time, but today I got the opportunity to just enter and talk with you, sir.
It's all coming together, my friend. Well, good. Thank you. Thank you for finding the opportunity, aligning the opportunity and desire, and congratulations. That's what life's about. When the opportunity and the desire align, don't wait. Capture the moment and see what happens for yourself. I'm glad you
Yeah,
joined, Noel. I was just
pardon?
here. I'm glad you joined. Were you joining with anything particular or just for the timing?
Nothing particular, sir. I just joined your panel.
You know what, Nolan, I'm gonna share a little bit, and I don't think you'll find any offense, but Nolan and I have spoken, not just on the panel. And it the timing of you is wonderful, my friend, because I was just about to talk about these ideas of us changing the world again, right?
Mm,
And
mm.
there's a lot of people who seem to want to bet against me. You've seen that, but you've been pretty supportive of me. Not to not to put a target on you, but you have been.
Thank you, sir. It's it's an honor. Yeah.
You know what? It's actually an honor for me to be in this position, in this situation where I feel like I'm on this path, that God is with me. And so it's a blessing. Life is truly a blessing, and that's what I've actually come to realize is the blessing of life is that, right? You don't need money, you don't need fame, you don't need recognition. The blessing of life is a miracle. And I spent a lot of my life not recognizing the miracles that were around me. And so, admittedly, I was not a very good example for my son as a father. In my defense, I didn't really have a healthy father figure example for myself either. So I did the best with what I thought I could do, but I didn't understand what was going on. And the reason I admit this and I bring this up is there's a lot of men like me, right? Either
Mm.
raised with parents who didn't know what they were doing, or maybe we've made our own mistakes. We've all made mistakes in life.
Yeah. We all make mistakes.
So far, though, we live in a world where people are real keen on punishment and unforgiveness. We've got a lot of people that were taught wrong, and so I mean that's what I explained to myself, right? With my parents, my mom, my stepdad, my dad, they all did the best they could with what they had at that time in their lives. And growing up, part of my story is I left home with uh, a big chip on my shoulder, some bad habits, and a lot of resentments. And it took me a long time in life before I started learning about healing, right? Self development. I didn't give those things much attention or thought because I had a career, and then I had a family, and then those things took up all my time and attention. So I didn't have time to focus on learning stuff or becoming better than I was. But then eventually I realized I was missing out on life. We're here to learn, and the best way to learn is through experience, different experiences. And that's what each of us are. Nolan Nolan is a quite different experience than me, and he's someone I can learn from. And I have. Um, what do you feel, Nolan? I'll step back.
Yeah, Jack, Jack, I want to mention that these words, what you have said, are like the words of God itself. It literally melts my spirit, my heart, my body, everything. Thank you, sir. I thank you for this, for this kind words, for this genuine observation. Thank you, sir.
You're truly a nice guy, man. You're very, very kind, Nolan. This and
Jack.
what I think you're finding is the words of love. You recognize
Hmm.
those. So thank you for recognizing the love that's coming through me. But it's
Jack,
really yes, sir.
uh, can I mention something? Actually, we had discussions in private about your books, which you are in due process of writing, and actually publishing an autobiography of yours about your life. So today I want to just speak in public itself, in the public domain, in the panel, let everyone know in the audience. So when can we expect your book to be published?
You're putting me on the spot, man. I don't have actually it's a little ways off. There's still a lot of work to do before the book is ready for publishing. And you know
Yes,
what? Maybe this conversation today will be a catalyst for me to put some more attention back on that. Thank you for that reminder.
welcome. Yeah.
So, the book idea, what I think is appropriate and that I could very easily produce, the outline is already loosely here. Um, The Many Keys of Life by Jack Talcott, because I have been blessed to discover a lot of simple observations, simple steps and practices that I believe could be very beneficial for others to where their lives could transform. So, excuse me, there along with that is the other book, biography or autobiography, I don't know. I don't know which where it will be. At this point, I actually don't feel drawn to be an author. I know I've got a lot of content I could get out, but I do not really enjoy the process of writing. Not anymore. Hey, we've got another wonderful guest, a true friend to the channel. Welcome back, Frank Monday. How are you, brother?
Doing well. Thank you, sir. Blessings. Good to see you again.
Yes. You joining with anything? Have you been listening or what's going on with you, my friend?
Yeah, I've been listening. I've been waiting for the show. I was waiting for you a little earlier, and I'm glad you got started early. I just wanted to wish you a happy Halloween and say hello. So I'm here for you, brother.
Oh,
Blessings.
that's right. We got another day here for the Halloween. It's tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow is Halloween for us. Tonight,
Jack,
just just a
happy
Thursday.
uh Jack, sir, happy Halloween. Happy Halloween for tomorrow itself.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, sir.
um, one of these days, I suspect uh, God may allow another day of celebration. You know, another day for future generations to celebrate here in the world. And I believe that day it'll be, well, Whatever we call it, it'll be the day where mankind pulls its head out of its ass and stops warring against itself and nature. I think the Bible calls it the day of judgment, the revealing, the return of Christ, Jesus. Um, no, Jack Talcott Day, but there's, you know what? Holy cows. I can see yourself imagining your own holiday for yourself. Holy cows, you know what? This is my life. I am living the life of my dreams, and that's the choice it's the conclusion I've come to, and it's the choice I'm living with. I am here to accomplish all that I can. Everything that I can, I want to. Damn it, as I'm saying those words, thinking of my excuses and the things I've not done.
Well, and every day is Jack Talcott Day if you think about it.
For me, it is. It really is. I do celebrate life. And actually, that's one of the things I recommend for people. Give yourself permission, find a reason, use your imagination and get creative. Find a reason to celebrate every day. And what I do, I do this consciously. It's part of my prayer in the morning is I invite in the light of God, the Spirit of Christ to be with me, to walk with me as I celebrate today. Thank God. Praise God. We get to be alive, man. And if this world started practicing true love, right? If true love was brought into the equation with our public justice, we'd have a lot less prison centers, a lot less prison and detention centers. We'd have a lot more invested in education and learning. And if we invested more in education and learning, we'd actually figure out ways to work less, which is why I think it hasn't happened yet, because God's plans are perfect. The plan is when we're not with God, we become self-destructive. And the world we're existing in right now, all the signs are there, right? The American way is transforming. It's if we don't learn from the past and make choices different from the past, we're doomed to experience the same things. And what's going on with the government and the economics, it's time for the world to change. I'm confident that's what God has shown us because God shows us the reality. God shows us what is real. We choose what we do.
You're right. And it's been a long time in the building, too. I was going over a speech to Congress during the Nixon administration, which was quite a while ago. And the gal, I forget her name, but she promoted that exact idea that the peace and education over war. And she was bringing to mind the idea that there was $8 billion for the Department of Defense at the time, right? The war industry. And I looked it up with the students, to figure out what it was today. And it said on the internet that it's 997 billion now per year is what the US is spending on engaging in war. And that probably doesn't include all the extra money they're sending into foreign wars. So really, yeah, it's a waste, a huge waste.
$1 trillion. $1 trillion. It's nearly impossible for our minds to imagine the scale of that number. And that's what America's government is spending into war and military each year, pretty close to that. And the thing is with the current commander in chief, He's not suggesting we back off that type of spending. He's encouraging the other nations to spend more. This is insanity. This world we live in, it currently does belong to the devil. But see, this is what I think. My theory is God's going to allow us to experience the overcoming the darkness. We're going to the power tard. Holy cows, man. Yeah, sorry, my mind drifted. Not just with that yearly spending, but the national government has this $1 trillion deficit. And if you consider what that means, what does that mean when the nation is holding this debt obligation? It's the people today borrowing on the backs of those of tomorrow. Passing down generational debt is not American freedom. It's indentured slavery. That's what America has become, what it is. It's people are all in debt, trying to keep up with the Joneses and buy the next fad and pay for the next entertainment. And in order to do that, to live a life of consumption, you got to earn, you got to produce, right? People don't have time to learn. People don't have time to love.
Yeah, you're right. I looked it up. It was 1969, new Congresswoman to the House of Representatives, Shirley Chisholm, argued that the billions spent on the Vietnam War at the time should address domestic issues like poverty, education, and hunger. So it's a battle that began long ago, and look at how far we've come, and still they're reticent in doing the right thing. That's why it's so important that people get behind your message and messages like yours to support this idea of reform. Because, I mean, good God, how long are we going to wait, right? Holy cows, man.
That's it. Once I started seeing the greater extent of the problem, I was also blessed in my path to find solutions. So I didn't get caught up with the anger and the hopelessness that a lot of other people may have found. Frank, that question, what are we waiting for, right? That's the question I started asking myself. I want to ask, this is what I do want to ask. I want to be a voice for the people and ask some questions of the current government, administration, Congress. What prevents peace? What prevents reform? Nothing except willingness. So why are the unwilling in those positions? Those who are unwilling for peace. Oh, yeah, it makes sense because we got a nation that profits from division. As long as the left has the right to fight, the working class keeps picking sides.
And that is one of the great things about the American model is that you do have a right to petition government. And I think you're uniquely positioned. And as you've pointed out in the past, the United States is uniquely positioned to lead the world towards peace and, freedom from enslavement. And is there any better mission, right?
Sorry, I muted myself. You hear noise in the back. I can't think of anything more important, honestly. Right now, we've still got the commander in chief and the U.S. Congress playing games with the federal workers, as far as I know. The government shutdown, where Donald Trump is just basically choosing through funding, he's choosing what parts of the government are going to operate. And this is insanity. Here's another example of insanity. Mr. Snafu. Holy cows. I got something about Snafu. Do you mind? You don't mind. I love you, Frank. You're a great dude.
Thank you, Jack. I love you as well. The feeling is mutual.
Here, I want to see if this comes through. This is some, I'm going to turn this up, and I'm hoping the audio is strong enough. These are some messages I received from Mr. Snafu Snaps, right? So let me pull up that comment, so that we have the context of who's saying what.
Fuck you, Jack. You're a fucking fool. You deserve all the shit you cry about. And that's why your family left you, and I see all the time why. You're trash and shitty person. Fuck you, piece of shit. You can fuck yourself, and we'll have no help from crew anymore. Every time I help you and Paul OTW myself, you shit on us all for trash like flow state. Again, fuck you. And no wonder your family left your delusional ass. You're trash, and how you treat others is trash. Fuck you. I'll be talking about you to Paul and OTW and your optics. I will not support trash like you who treats people the way you do. And trust me, even Paul and OTW were like, fuck this shit. You literally were making shit better. You threw it all away because you had to suck host states off. Fuck you, Jack, and trust me, Paul and OTW and others will agree. Fuck Jack, since he wants to play games. You always fuck yourself out of shit. You can thank yourself now that you have no support again. You're trash, and your own family knows you're trash. No wonder they escaped from you. I got nothing to say to you. I already told Paul and OTW how I feel. What you just pulled was bullshit. Fuck you, dude. Go chill with Hostate. I'm done trying to help you, and try me and Paul and OTW and others saw exactly what you pulled. Funny how you stab people in the back. Paul actually was trying to help you. Same with myself. All for you to shit. Stab people in the back with no family, no credibility. Your family was right about what they told me about you, and I should have listened to them. You show your optics of being two-faced. People try to help you. You literally shit on Paul after he came back to actually help you and push you up, etc. You did the same with me.
Thank you. Yes, that was Snafu Snaps. Those were messages received by Mr. Snafu Snaps and read by our friend Rose 777. Yes.
Oh, that was Rose's voice? Okay. It sounded a bit effeminate for Snafu, but I didn't know for sure.
Yeah, no, it was Rose reading Snafu's messages for me. It's just unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that kid's got some serious vitriol for you, but I think it's mostly like performative somehow. Like in all actuality, I think he really, really likes you, and that's why he shows up as often as he does. Because most people do. I mean, what's not to like, right?
I appreciate that. And yes, and that's the thing too. After the live stream yesterday, what was it I got from Snafu? Um, let's see, from yesterday. Yesterday was Wednesday, right? Okay. During the stream from Snafu, your message is being obliterated. Have fun, but your message is getting trampled. You say you're with God. Well, your family left you. God is protecting them from your delusional optics. You treat people like shit, Jack. You treated your family like shit. You treat people like me like shit. I understand why they left your life, want nothing to do with you. I really understand why. You are a angry, bitter person who treats people like shit. People could have helped you, but you burn your bridges and shit on those who really could help you. And then last night around 1:30 in the morning, apparently I got a couple of voicemails from Snafu inviting me to hang out online and play games with him. The contradictions are mind-blowing. Makes no sense. Oh, well, I'll leave that for later. I have had an amazing day today. I really have. I feel as though there is so much coming together for me, not just for me, but truly for the whole world. It's all coming together. And the future I see, it's the future that was prophesied long ago, where mankind unites with each other as children of God to bring forth heaven on earth, helping each other live forth the life of our dreams. Isn't that a joy, really? Helping someone achieve something? I mean, that's really fulfilling to me. Helping someone solve a problem or, you know, explore out their dreams. That's actually my passion. Took me a while to realize this, but I am here to help people.
Yeah, and you do well with it. And it was a nice little offer by the Thorpe family the other day about making you the pastor of the Thorperation or whatever it was. I thought that was quite interesting. It actually inspired me to go and learn a little more about them and like kind of look at their story. And it's kind of a thing, you know. But if there are definitely folks who need spiritual counseling and guidance in that capacity, then I imagine it would be within that sphere. So it might be something for you to consider as well.
Yes, thank you. I actually spoke with Grace earlier today. Today's her birthday, and I talked to her earlier on her stream, and who knows what the future's going to bring. But I know what is being brought up here in just a moment. So, Snafu, please just relax. Stop being a dick. It's easy.
Yeah, Frank, why are you pushing up his delusions instead of being honest with him? Because you seem like you're pretty well educated, you're pretty well rounded as far as not being inauthentic so far. And you're literally all you motherfuckers pushing up Jack's delusions are only hurting this man in the end. His family, who I've talked to, no one else, I've talked to his son.
Was there a question out of that? Did you get anything? Okay.
He asked why I'm pushing up your delusions.
Oh yeah.
And just to give a brief answer to it, I would say that that's not what I'm doing. I think that the world is emerging in new and different ways. And I do truly believe that you are uniquely positioned, and many people seek you out and many people have sought you out and do support your message. And I think that you have cultivated the talent and the skills to address issues even like snafu and help him come to healing and resolution and a better relationship with God. That's what I've seen.
You know what, Frank? Thank you. And Snafu, dude, let me see if I can. I don't know how to do this. Well, I'll do it like that. So what you're saying here, my message is from Snafu, right? This is what I read previously, right? I think actually I stopped reading some of it. Anyway, I asked him today after receiving those messages inviting me to hang out and do fun things, which he wants to do. Snafu does want to hang out with me because I am fun. I am a lot of fun to hang out with. And so I text him, "You do know that you are insane, right?" And then I think that and this is from me to Snafu, I think that if you can learn from me, you can easily find some of the faith that I feel. And Snafu is a man of the Bible and scripture, I point out. Over and over, Jesus points out that it is faith that saved different people. I think Snafu is primed and prepared for a spiritual breakthrough, one that could easily heal his mind and heart, which might lead to a miraculous transformation of the body as well. I didn't get a response from that. Let's see if Snafu's got anything.
No. Well, okay, here's the deal, Frank. Then how about you connect Jack this week and get him fucking doing the stuff he's been saying he wants to do for 5 years now? Because honestly, all he turns his camera on is so you're basically saying he's an entertainer, right? He's not. He's not going to stop wars. He's not fucking going to do this mission because uh, you basically
No,
is
no,
saying he's just an
Snafu. I
entertainer.
disagree. I
Well,
think that
no.
Jack.
Then help him,
I
Frank.
think
This
let
week,
me
get him
respond
on
just
the fucking,
briefly, and
get
then
him
you can
meetings, Frank.
continue. I know you
Get
like
him
to
in front of
ramble, but
Trump, Frank.
let me
Get
continue.
him
I
in
think
front of
that
Trump,
Jack.
Frank.
I think that Jack is uniquely positioned to address Congress with a sincere and open heart with a genuine message. And I truly
Thank
believe that. That's all it is.
Thank you, Frank. I believe so too. And Snafu is unwilling to believe so far. But truly, the evidence that you've been wrong about me, Snafu, it's fucking overwhelming. The evidence and how wrong you've been. So, Snafu,
You've been
you
watching
don't.
these people feed your delusions, and all you do is turn your camera on. This man's never gonna fuck.
Okay. Today's not the day for Snafu. What I've actually been trying to get him to realize is he has an incredible opportunity. An incredible opportunity. Should he choose to learn from me, he might be surprised by what God might allow for him. I mean, if he found a different opinion of me, and then if he found a different opinion of me, he'd probably be real willing to testify to my son, to the people who accused me. But so far, he's been choosing the side of those against me, and I don't understand why.
Hello, Jack.
Yes, no. Yes, sir.
I want to just apologize for my disruption because there was disruption in your network in my region. So I got disconnected from your panel and I was busy doing some other course and activities. So it's one of the reasons I got disconnected from the panel. So I apologize for that. So did I miss something?
We've got Mr. Snafu here running the same loop that he likes to do, trying to convince people that I'm crazy, that I'm wrong. Now, Frank was kind enough to offer that he sees or thinks that Jack is prepared and could do an adequate job, addressing Congress. I do too. So, the Bible says where two or three or more are gathered, there is God. And so let's see if in the group of us we can discover the truth together. Is that an option, Snafu?
No, you're completely backstaging because you're too afraid to listen to truth. This is
How
why your
did Jesus
son
ask
left
us
you.
to pray,
This is why
Snafu?
your family
Snafu.
left you, and they're not gonna ever come back because you are a
How did
bitter,
Jesus
angry
ask us
piece
to
of
pray?
shit, selfish, non-listening man. Your
I
son
forgive
fucking
you of
left,
your
and he's never coming
trespasses,
back,
just as
Jack,
you have forgiven me of
because of
mine.
the way you treat people. This is why your family. I talked to him, Jack. They fucking want nothing to do with you because of this type of action, this type of attitude. They're fucking better off without you. They said. I don't blame them. You're the way you treat people, the way you act like you're not innocent. You're a piece of shit, and all these people feeding your delusions. That's fucking stupid. You people are fucking idiots, man. This guy's delusional, and you're feeding his delusions.
Can you please tame the bitch within you, Snafu?
And, I'm not the one who has the family not wanting to be part of my.
The answer is no. All right, Snafu, you know how to reach me. You're not welcome here again today. Thank you for trying.
And he proclaims to be a Christian, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. And Frank,
Jesus, go ahead. Sorry.
that approach you were taking, trying to remind him of Jesus, that was a great approach. He's not open, he's in this loop. But brothers and sisters, Snafu is unique, but he's not alone. we deal with people who aren't present, right? They're disassociated from reality. It's part of the way God designed us. But we don't have to enable the insanity. We don't have to get reactive to the insanity. And that's the lesson Jack had to learn, right? It showed up for me all over and over. And I used to get angry and frustrated and then disappointed with myself. And then here's what I realized: the answer for all of us guys, it's so simple. Watch for those patterns that piss you off and choose to love them. Love that which brings you a difficulty or a challenge. Why? Because it makes you stronger, makes you smarter. As long as you don't get defeated by your attitude and give your power away and say, oh, I can't be around them. I can't do this. No, man, that's the victim mindset. We want to tame that bitch within, the inner bitch.
Yeah, that's correct, Jack. It's very observably true.
Thank you, man.
Can I
So,
say something, Jack?
yeah,
Can I say something to Frank one day? Frank, I do watch your videos and your panel with Jack Talcott, and I really love the way you have this conversation. But I want to mention something. No offense. Can I say something, Frank?
Frank, are you
Hello,
there? Or did you freeze? He
Frank.
might he might have frozen actually.
I think I'm back now. Am I back?
Oh, okay. Yes, there we go. Nolan wanted
Oh,
to ask you a question, if that's all right, Frank.
can I say something to Frank? I want to. No offense, but can I say something to you, brother?
Yeah, go ahead. What's up?
Actually, it's just nothing but nothing serious. But your face means your total the features of your face and everything. It literally matches someone I know from Hollywood, an actor. I think his name is The Miz from WWE. Your face literally is the photocopy of him, man. Like literally everything matches.
Okay, I'm not familiar. Interesting.
That's
Do you know
funny.
this? Let me write his name, The Miz. Uh, you know him?
I don't I don't know the WWE. Um, and I think that's what
Yeah,
you were saying.
yeah. It literally matches. Like you can actually check it out on Google. Like 100% match.
Okay,
What's his name?
it's a pretty common face. It was widespread after World War II.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey, Frank, he put it in the private chat too. The Miz, Miz is what he's suggesting. So
Okay, I'll check it out.
if you're
Interesting.
curious. Yeah. Um and by the sounds of it, that's not a bad thing. That's not what I got at all from Nolan. Uh Recognizing a similarity to someone famous. I never in my life wanted to be famous, but I do have this burning desire within me for achievement. I feel like I'm overdue in success and achievement. So I tell you what, guys, if I get my dreams coming true, this world we will have no more wars. We will be celebrating the choices that the world leaders have made, the choices to bring reformation so that neighbors can actually take care of neighbors, families can take care of families. We can support each other instead of, always worrying about a paycheck or getting the bills paid or trying to obey. So, what if this is our lifetime and these things can be real? I mean, for myself, guys, honestly, this true love For most of my life, I thought love was out of my reach. I couldn't understand it. It didn't make sense. It was illogical. But here is a logical explanation: compassionate honesty. Compassionate honesty will transform this world. It transformed me. And I'm confident that God is using all of us. We are reflections of the past. We are the seeds of the future. And what are we growing? We're growing into who we are. And we don't know who we might become if we're not willing to step out and try. Excuse me. And that's where I am. If anyone wants to see the world, and if you, I'm inviting people to join me. Join me in the belief that we can, that ending legal secrets, ending secrecy. Actually, how Snafu doesn't see this? He's back. Should I bring him back, Frank?
You might want like to present him with an option or something or some guidance up front because he
Great
tends
suggestion.
yeah he tends to come in hot, which is
Yeah.
very scattered and chaotic and doesn't really lead us in a direction of growth and healing. And I think that's the real reason he's here. And so if he could admit that, that would be great. But you know, it's up to you. I'm here for you either way, brother. Much love. And to address really quick, to respond to what you were saying a moment ago, I found it's so true. And I think in going forward and like approaching you today, it's just I got to let down my inhibitions and my guard and just approach things with love and kindness. And when we do that, then we can truly interact with each other, and our heart center will expand, and we'll really be doing what Christ asked us to do. And he gave us a very simple formula: forgive me, Father, of my trespasses, as I forgive those who have trespassed against me. And if he can't let go of these trespasses and grievances, then his heart will never soften. So
See, and what I see Snafu doing is he is promoting unforgiveness against me. And there's many who have done that. And it really makes no sense to me. And that's why part of me does want to bring him back up to see if there can be some sort of resolve found. So far, the patterns have been unlikely.
yeah, and it doesn't track either, because forgiveness is admitting sin, and you've done all that, and it should be water under the bridge at this point. We're trying to lead new lives, and it's not fair to put old energy on a new man.
Well, this is the deal. When I'm faced with lies, it's not even old energy.
True that as well. Yeah.
This is my honest testimony, is that lies, not from me, but from others, lies broke about my family. Lies ended my career. This is why I'm so adamant about ending secrets and lies and trying to find peace, because, well, it's what my life has brought me to choose to do. And there was a note I wrote down. Recently, I've been talking about this speaker, Andy Stanley, and I don't have it pulled up. I could, but there was another quote from him that I borrowed. I wrote down today because it was true for me, and my testimony confirms this. You have no idea what hangs in the balance of your decision to submit to and follow Jesus. You have no idea what hangs in the balance of your decision to submit to and follow Jesus. Those words for me, I had no clue what God had available for someone who was willing to seek to unite with. Here, we've got a returning guest. Before I entertain Mr. Snafu, Welcome back, Mr. Stinky Brew.
Hello, Jack. How are you? Are you okay? We
Truly.
did have fun last night. Yeah, I don't. First of all, I want to apologise for things that I may have said last night. It's not the fact of anything I said had no bearing. It's just the fact that it's not the time and the place. I understand that.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's no problem. I was just watching you earlier on the Thorpe stream, and yeah, I was watching you on the Thorpe stream, and obviously with Adam and things like that. It's just getting onto the snafu thing as well. Certain people just do not want help.
That's what I've noticed. Yeah.
Yeah, certain people can play trauma Olympics and say, I've been through more than you've been through. I've done this, I've done that. And they just don't want to be helped. And there's nothing you can do until they reach out and they say, please do something. Would you not agree?
You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right.
It's a shame. It's a shame that people can't just know when they're failing and just say, help me. But some people are so arrogant and yeah, some people are just so headstrong that they can't see above their own arse, if you want the God's honest truth. And it hurts me. It hurts me because there's a lot of good people out there who are really good people, but they're not in certain circumstances and they let themselves fail. And I just think it's a sad thing.
You're spot on, my friend. Spot on. Now, speaking from experience, I took myself through the hell of alcoholism, and I saw this is what I've come to conclude. America is a competition for victimhood. It's glorified, and it's enabled. That's the bad thing. Is
yes, I was going to say that with Adam when he was turning around and saying, like, you're an addict. And he was like, no, I'm not, because I choose not to do them certain things. So therefore, I'm not an addict. I'm not a victim of this anymore. And it's like I'll just say a grapist. It's like a grapist. If a grapist is not graping, then they're not a grapist. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
All right.
Yeah, it's if you're choosing to not do the behavior that titles you as a certain thing, then you're not that thing anymore. If that makes sense.
That's what I was trying to get across.
It might have been more. Sorry, I said the grape thing. It might have been a bit extreme, but you understand the what I'm getting at. If you,
I do get it. But what I've learned is our minds, the stories we tell ourselves, become the lives that we live. And this world is corrupted. People are taught to believe that they're sinful, right? I'm nothing but a sinner. Or some people will say I'm ungodly. While that may be true, we are created to overcome that.
I'd say it's more. Sorry, Jack, to interrupt. I'd say it's more. Well, I think we're taught. Well, it's taught nowadays to see yourself as a victim of everything rather than someone that can take control of things. So there's always there's this disorder, or there's this syndrome, or there's this and this and this. And rather than taking responsibility for your own actions and saying, if this makes me a bad person, then I should maybe cut this out of my life, or maybe I should, you know what I mean, sort my behavior out to not put myself in that position again.
Well, this is the world we live in. There's a pattern of abuse. I learned a lot of things in my life. I experienced a lot of different things in my life, and I've learned a lot. These patterns of abuse, there are patterns to everything. But the pattern of abuse. You go through the different stages, the honeymoon stage and the building up and then the explosion, and the same thing happens in a greater picture. You have the victim becomes the perpetrator, and then back and forth, perpetrator, victim. In the greater scope, that's what has happened with the revolutions. Many of the revolutionary people, they got into this fight and they war against what they hate, and then they become like that which they hate, and that perpetuates the victim perpetrator cycle. But healing interrupts all of it. True love transforms. Compassionate honesty, right? And back to what you were saying about some of these examples, and it is sad, we can't force anyone to do anything. You can't force anyone to change, to learn, or to listen. But we can encourage, we can invite. And that's what I'm hoping, and we can lead. And honestly, that's what I'm hoping to do. I'm hoping to find a way to lead Snafu and a few others to find a different opinion about me, see what conversations we could have, and then see what they could learn.
No, the one thing I did, I took him from the conversation he was having earlier on Thought TV, was the fact that when Adam was speaking, I mean, obviously some of your viewers might not know what we're talking about, but hey ho. But the one thing you did is you didn't get into a trauma Olympics with him. You didn't get into when he was telling you his struggles and things like that. You didn't turn around and say, well, I've been through this and I've been through that, because none of that matters. It doesn't make a difference. If you're troubled, you're troubled.
That's
and
it.
It's about ascending, not descending, in my personal opinion.
Stinky Brew, you're right. And thank you for noticing that. I almost bought into it. For just a moment, I started
You was going there,
and
you didn't, you brought yourself away, you was going there. I could tell you were starting to lose your patience, and you was going to go, well, and you didn't. You pulled yourself back, and that's the best thing you could possibly do, because you don't fight fire with fire.
No.
You don't fight fire with fire, because all it's going to get, that's conflict.
That's
you know what I mean? And you don't want conflict. You fight fire with smoke. You know what I mean? It's sort of,
that sounds like an exciting show. I'm sad I missed it. I'll have to check that out.
No,
which one was it on? Was it Thorpe TV or their other one?
TV, on Thought TV. Earlier on today, it was really eye-opening.
Hey, Psycho Cot, you fucking loser!
Good
you
magic. I'll watch that later.
Hi, Stephen. No, it was really eye-opening. It was really eye-opening, and you handled it. It's people are trying to. It's like with Adam Warcheap, and I've watched him because obviously I've been in that sort of sphere, and I've seen it. And sometimes you just need to turn around and say, just pull yourself up. Come on, get on with it. Be a man. But people use excuses, and especially being an addict, you know this, Jack. It's sympathy hunting. It's woe me, and all this and things like that. And it's not healthy. It's not healthy at all. Sometimes you just need a right little sharp smack in the face to turn around and say, sort your shit out. And like I say, people do that. It usually happens like with addicts and things when they hit rock bottom and they realise the things they've lost. You know what I mean? Luckily, I've not been there yet. I'm doing well, but like I say, a lot of people have. You know what I mean? And it's either do or die. It's one of them.
There's a lot going on in this world, and every day we get to learn and grow more. So for those who are interested, I dropped in the link or in the chat a link to the earlier conversation with Grace.
Oh, that's great. That gives it more context. Yeah,
it was on Grace's, and it looks like I show up around 25 minutes in. So, for those who are interested, it was an interesting conversation.
Yeah, it was crazy because you're going on to the Ruby thing, but then it got sidetracked towards Adam because Adam decided to call in, and with Adam's dad is I think he's an ex professional or semi-professional boxer. You know what I mean? He's not he's a millionaire. He's not a weakling by any stretch of the imagination. But I think I don't know with Adam. I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to live up to his dad's expectations and things like that, which he will never ever ever do. You can't do that. You've got to make your own role. You got to make your own path, and you do your own thing. Do you know what I mean? And
well, yeah, it's good magic. Gentlemen, I'm gonna have to back out because my day's starting up. I need to get ready for work and stuff. Good to meet you, Stinky Brew.
Nice to meet you, friend.
Happy Halloween to you. Shabbat Shalom to all my Jews out there. And everybody keep doing good magic. Much love. Have a wonderful day. Blessings
nice to meet you, friend.
Both.
Nice to meet you. God bless.
Bye, Jack.
Much love, Frank. Appreciate you, brother. And for those who haven't caught it yet, that's Frank Monday. He is on YouTube. He touches into a lot of things, tarot and the mystical, the occult. I encourage you to check him out.
You may have already realized I've got sort of a few personas that I show on stream, certain different ones, you know what I mean? But obviously you've got Mr. Stinky Brew at the minute, which is really me. But yeah, I must say I've really enjoyed that stream. It was brilliant. And you had like 137 viewers or something like that, and that was just on YouTube. So you know what I mean? Good shit. You know what I mean? Not counting cake or anything like that. But I think Snafu is just like Adam. And I'm going to keep it brief because I'm going to shoot out. But I think Snafu is just like Adam. They say what they say, but they want the help. But once the help's given to them, they don't accept it. And that's my personal opinion. Okay, Jack, it was great to speak to you again, my friend. I'll see you soon.
Hey, much love to you, Stinky Brew. I appreciate you. Thank you for returning. And those things he's offering, those observations, they are true. We can lead a horse to water. You can't force someone to drink, right? You can't force someone to change. You can't force the horse to drink. Can't force someone to learn. Can't force someone to change. But you can create the opportunity. You can set the example. You can offer forth the encouragement, the invitation. You can create the atmosphere and the space. Is there any willingness for you to change, Snafu?
Well, for one, let me just tell Stinky Brew, worry about your rotting teeth and shit. Don't worry about this guy who can't teach me anything. And Jack, I wanted to ask you, why were you tipping cows yesterday?
Tipping cows. I wasn't.
Yeah, we got footage of you beating cows and tipping.
Okay. Praise God. Indeed, Snafu, you are a test of my patience. And yet, we could be blessings to each other. Brothers and sisters, I want you to realize that concept, that possibility for yourself. Anyone you are having a confrontation with, a conflict with, anyone who is your enemy, there may be an amazing opportunity for you two to work together. It's the way God works. Many times in my life, I had said, I will never, they will never, this will never. Yeah, bullshit, right? The old adage, we make plans and the gods laugh, right? Because our plans mean nothing in the end. What really does matter, though, is how we operate, how we, the belief systems, what we consider to be important, what we consider to be true or real. Something happened. What comes down to is true love, compassionate honesty. Compassion and honesty. That type of feedback is what helps people change. True love changes lives. I've experienced that for myself. And brothers and sisters, I want to plant this seed, this idea for you. Join me in this belief. See, because a corrupted mind, part of my theory, my explanation of how God has designed us, when our mind is corrupted, when our ego gets in the way, right? We're all focused on our ideas and our way, and we push God out. There's no time for God. God might be there, but he's somewhere else and he's not with me, right? You get that attitude within yourself, you're going to corrupt yourself. You will take yourself on a path of self-destruction. That's what an addiction is. An addiction, whether it's to booze, intoxicants, to behavior, to people, these addictions where we will go after those even though it's bad for us, even though we know we shouldn't, we still go back to the same source of escape, of pleasure, whatever. This is what I was doing when I was drinking. I was going daily to my path of escape, and it didn't take a lot. It only took like a little bit of whiskey like that, few fingers and some, get that down my gullet, and the burn comes in through my mouth, my lips, and I feel the warmth coming down my esophagus and into my chest. And then the buzz would start from there, and it would just feel better. And no problems got solved. No pains were resolved. I lived this hamster wheel of an existence, right? This carrot dangling in front of my face of, in the future, I'll be happy. In the future, I can rest. In the future, things will be better. But I didn't even really think about that. I was mostly focused on how the frick am I going to survive? What am I going to do this next day? What am I going to do this next weekend? I was out of my mind when I fell asleep, when I started living subconsciously in this routine of existence. The American dream, it's for those who sleep. God's dream is for those who are awake. And once you awaken to the truth of God, once you invite in your choice, once you make that decision to submit to and to follow Jesus, to love the unlovable, to love when there's no reason, to love when there's no excuse, to love when it doesn't make sense, but just to love. When you make that choice to submit to and follow Jesus, I want to hear your testimony too. I want to hear what comes up for you. Once you devote yourself and once you see yourself tested and you make this change for yourself and you see yourself becoming greater, becoming more strong, more positive, more confident in your light, in your life. Your life is to be lived with Jesus leading you, love leading you through the darkness, through the truth. That's the whole point of the relationship with God and Jesus and you. God is the truth. The truth shall lead you if you pay attention and watch for the signs. The love will lead you through the choices, because every day you get a choice. How are you going to be you? Are you going to be the same or are you going to be different? Each day, I hope to be a little bit different. I hope to be a little bit better. Each day, I truly hope that the light of God, the light of love, the light and spirit of Christ, I hope it comes through me for you to receive, for you to feel, so that the spirit and the spark of love and life that you are, so that it just takes off, right? So you feel this feeling of life and love that's never been there before, and yet it always was. When you experience that for yourself, oh, I want to celebrate with you. So I'm going to wrap it up here and hope and look forward to testimonies coming forth for people joining me in the future saying, Jack, I tried what you were saying. I tried this silly love thing. And you know what? You know what happened? This got found and that got found. And then this happened. Miracles. Miracles emerge in the presence and through the desire of God and God's love. I'm going to wrap it up there. Till next time, choose love, peace for everyone, live without fear. Thank you again, and God bless us all. Peace.